फास्टेस्ट क्रिकेट स्कोर अपडेट्स या सबसे डिटेल्ड स्टैट्स
क्रिकेट के अंदर बाहर की खबरें
या हेल्दी डिबेट्स,
सबसे एक्यूरेट एनालिसिस
या फैंस का क्रेज,
सबके लिए एक ही प्लेटफॉर्म,
क्योंकि क्रिकेट मतलब क्रिकेट नेक्स्ट।
Hello and welcome to all our viewers at Cricket Next. You are watching Morning Bulletin with me, Kanabali, and I'm here with yet another set of news for you guys. All the cricketing news from across the globe. We'll start with the most important announcement that was made yesterday, and that was the Asia Cup 2023 schedule. As you all know, Asia Cup, the news of Asia Cup has been doing around for a very long time now, especially this year because of the venue. PCB, that is the Pakistan Cricket Board, is the official host for this year's Asia Cup. But the Indian team refused to travel to Pakistan due to security reasons. So PCB ultimately offered an hybrid model where the first few matches will be played in Pakistan and the rest of the tournament, including all India matches, league matches and knockout matches, that is if they qualify for the knockouts, will be played in Sri Lanka. So ACC, the Asian Cricket Council, which is headed by the BCCI Secretary Jay Shah, had accepted rather the hybrid model by PCB, which was given by Najam Sethi, the former PCB chairman. Zaka Ashraf, who has succeeded Najam Sethi, was not in favor of the hybrid model, but now has agreed to it because he said that I can't change it at such a short notice. But this is not something I would have done. So the Asia Cup official announcement has been done, and the most awaited match, that is the India versus Pakistan match, will be played on September 2 in Kandy in Sri Lanka. The Asia Cup will begin in Pakistan, but all the knockout matches, including the other league matches, will be played in Sri Lanka, and the India versus Pakistan match will happen on September 2nd in Kandy, Sri Lanka. As many as 13 matches will be played across Pakistan and Sri Lanka combined, with six teams competing in the tournament. There are two groups. Each group has three teams. Group A has India, Pakistan, and Nepal, while Group B has Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, and Afghanistan. Uh, the tournament will begin on August 30 between with the match between Pakistan and Nepal from Group A, which will be played in Multan, Pakistan. As I said, the first few matches will be played in Pakistan. So the tournament will begin in Multan, Pakistan, with the opening clash between Pakistan and Nepal. The final will be played on September 17th in Colombo, in Sri Lanka. And as I said, as per the hybrid model, Pakistan will host only four games, while the remaining nine games will be played in Sri Lanka. So this is the basic gist of the Asia Cup. Finally, the ACC and all the Asian cricket boards have narrowed down all the rules, all the venue requirements, and the schedule has also been announced by ACC. The cup will start on August 30th with Pakistan and Nepal facing off in Multan, that is Pakistan's home ground. So we'll have to wait and see which team lifts this year's Asia Cup. The defending champions are Sri Lanka, who won the last year's Asia Cup before the T20 World Cup. But the last time that the Asia Cup was played in 50 over format, India were the winners. This year also the Asia Cup is in the 50 over format because of the upcoming World Cup, as the teams will get to prepare themselves for the 50 over World Cup. So we'll have to wait and see if Sri Lanka defends their title, or will we have a new winner this year around. Moving on to the next piece of news, that is Ashes, the fourth Ashes test that started rather yesterday between Australia and England at Manchester, Old Trafford. England won the toss and chose to bowl. Australia came out to bat, and by the end of day one, that is Stump's day one, Australia managed to score 299 for the loss of 8 wickets. So Australia haven't even crossed the 300 mark, and they have already lost 8 of their wickets. Marnus, Labuschagne, and Mitchell Marsh each made 51 runs for Australia. They couldn't go big, but at least they scored an half century. Steve Smith was looking good before he fell to an LBW of Vokes delivery on 41. Chris Vokes was the pick of the bowler for now for England, taking 4 wickets for 52 runs, while Stuart Broad took 2 wickets for 68 runs. Broad was on 598 wickets when he came into this test match, and after Khwaja's early dismissal after picking up Khwaja, he went on to 599 test wickets. Uh, Soon later into the match, Broad became just the fifth bowler to take 600 test wickets. It's a big, big, big achievement. It's a big number. 600 test wickets, just test wickets, it will always be a big number, and he has become just the fifth bowler to take 600 test wickets. Broad's partner and probably the most experienced player in the side and the fast bowler with the highest wicket in Test cricket history, Jimmy Anderson, who is playing on his home ground, was once again disappointed. Will be disappointed with his performance. In his 17 overs, he gave away 43 runs and took no wickets, 0 for 43 in 17 overs. And Anderson was dropped for the third test at Headingley because of his poor performance in the first two tests of the Ashes series, and he made a comeback in this test, and he has been disappointing so far. Although these 2 wickets plus the second innings is still left, so there's a high chance that he might make a comeback. But as of now, he is looking in a very, very, very poor form. He is probably he's the most experienced guy on the field. He'll know how to pull up his socks and make a comeback, and all the England fans would be hoping that he does the same. Um as of now, as I said on stumps, Australia is 299 for 8, and the two batters on crease who will resume the batting today are Pat Cummins, who is Pat Cummins and Mitchell Stark. Cummins is on 1 run off 3 balls, while Stark is on 23 runs off 40 balls. So Stark is somewhat settled, although starting fresh on a new day will always make you a bit nervous, make you a bit jittery, and will give bowlers a chance to take an early dismissal because they are not proper batters. They are bowlers who can bat to a certain extent. So Cummins on 1 run and Mitchell Stark on 23. Australia would be looking to drag on the total till as far as possible. 350 would be a good. Crossing line for them. As of now, they are on 299. They'll be hoping for this partnership to build on and at least score 50 more runs from here. But you never know. We'll have to wait and see. England will have certain plans against them. Talking about this venue, that is the Old Trafford in Manchester. England have won 13 of their last 16 tests in this ground, and that is a big number. Winning 13 of the last 16 tests at this ground. But on the other side of the coin is that they have not enjoyed an Ashes victory in this ground since Ian Botham hitter celebrated 100 in 1981. So since 1981, Australia hasn't won any Ashes match on this ground. So the two records are a bit contradictory, but we'll have to wait and see which record changes. Will England be able to win this match and tie the series 2-2, and then go on to the fifth test with a tight series and an opportunity to win the series? Australia, who would retain the Ashes even by drawing this test, will be looking to win this test. Obviously, Pat Cummins has always said that we'll also be looking to win any match, and they would want to win the Ashes rather than drawing and keeping the and retaining the Ashes. But we'll have to wait and see which team wins this match and goes on to retain the Ashes or keep the series alive. Moving on to the next piece of news, that is the India versus West Indies series. India and West Indies, the second test between the two teams will begin today, uh, and this will also be the 100th test match between India and West Indies, and it is a big number. It is a very big, very important match. Very as Rohit Sharma said himself, it's a very historic match because India and West Indies are two teams that have been playing for a very long time. Test cricket, especially Test cricket, we all know. Although many of the youngsters out there won't know or would have seen how the great Sunil Gavaskar used to play the West Indian bowlers with no helmet, the deadly pace attack of Marshall and his companions, the whole bowling lineup, and since then. Today, the match that starts today, India versus West Indies, second test of this series, the last test of this series, will be the 100th test match of this uh, great rivalry between the two teams. So we'll have to wait and see which team wins this test. But Rohit Sharma, on the other hand, has said that there won't be any changes for the Indian team because the team did well in the first test. They won the first test. Just Jaswal scored a good 170 odd. Rohit scored a century. Kohli scored a good 76, and the bowlers were Ashwin pick of the bowlers again picking 9 wickets, 10 wickets for Pfeiffer in both the innings, and the way he played, the way he played throughout the Test match was something very exceptional to see. But there can be one slight change if possible, and that is Akshar Patel can be roped in as the third spinner, accompanying Ashwin and Ravindra Jadeja. And he can replace Unadkat, who didn't bowl much overs in the first test. He could only bowl 9 overs across 2 innings in the first test. So there is a very high chance that Akshar Patel, who can also bat well, he's a southpaw left-hander, as we say, who can bat pretty well, and he can be a replacement for the pacer Jadev Unadkat. The spinners did well in the first test. West Indies made a very spinner-friendly pitch, but unfortunately, it came on to backfire. It backfired on them, and they lost the match. Ashwin and Jadeja took them to the cleaners with their bowling. So we'll have to wait and see which team wins this match. India would be hoping to win this match and win the series 2-0, whereas West Indies would be hoping to tie the series up by winning this match. Uh, Moving on to the next piece of news and the last piece of news for today, it is that India A versus Pakistan A. India A beat Pakistan A by 8 wicket in the ACC Men's Emerging Asia Cup. So the ACC Men's Emerging Asia Cup is going on, and defeated Pakistan. India A defeated Pakistan A by 8 wickets. Pakistan, who came out to bat first, scored 205 for 10 in their 48 overs. And pick of the bowlers for India was R.S. Hangrekar, who took 5 wickets, giving away 42 runs in his 8 overs. And India came out to chase the target of 205 in 50 overs, and they lost only 2 wickets before scoring 210 in their 36.4 overs. They chased down to in 36.4 overs. Sai Sudarshan was the pick of the batters, 104 of 110, scoring 10 fours and 3 sixes. So century in an India vs Pakistan game will always, and a fifer will always help the youngsters to gain the confidence and make sure that the national team selectors are looking at them. So they put up a very good show, both Sai Sudarshan and Rajvardhan Hangrekar. At one stage, it looked likely for Sudarshan to get a century as the remaining runs were too low, but when 12 runs were required, he smashed a four and then corrected a couple of sixes to seal the win. So Sudarshan on the very last ball of the innings with a six, he ended the match and reached his century. So India A beat Pakistan A by 8 wickets, and now India and Pakistan, both the senior men's team, will face off each other in the main Asia Cup that starts on 30th of August, and the team India versus Pakistan will play on 2nd of September. So this was this for today's morning bulletin. Please subscribe to our channel, YouTube channel. Press the bell icon. Follow us across all our social media platforms: Facebook, Insta, Twitter, and also Threads. Write to us, ask us questions, give your opinions. We are more than happy to take your questions and your opinions. And yesterday also I gave you a hint and I showed you a promo of what we are coming up with. Cricket Next is coming up with a new show, Cricket Sunday, with Ramya Kaushik, one of our colleagues. You would have seen her doing the morning bulletin. So we are coming up with the show Cricket Sunday, where we'll talk about just the fun, meme, and controversies. We'll not analyze cricket. We'll just look at the fun side, the memes that you guys put, the funny takes on any cricketing incident, any cricketing match or innings or performance. The funny takes or the memes that you put on social media, on your personal social media profiles. We'll pick certain memes, certain funny takes, certain controversial takes also, and put them in the show. And this show will be fully out and out entertainment. I'll leave you with the promo of this show. So do please wait for it and keep checking this space for more. Till then, please take care and have a pretty nice day. Thank you so much.
Hello everyone, welcome to our new show Cricket Sunday with me, Ramya Kaushik. कौन खेलेगा? क्या स्ट्रैटेजी होनी चाहिए? Well, इन सभी सवालों के जवाब आपको यहाँ पर नहीं मिलेंगे, क्योंकि क्रिक संडे में होगा एक स्कूप फन, एक स्कूप मीम और एक स्कूप फुल ऑफ कंट्रोवर्सीज। वेल, फेसबुक, इंस्टाग्राम, ट्विटर और अब थ्रेड्स भी, इतने सारे सोशल मीडिया प्लेटफॉर्म्स, और जितने प्लेटफॉर्म्स उतने मीम्स और कंट्रोवर्सीज भी, थोड़ी नोक-झोंक and a lot of entertainment. Join us every Sunday at 11 AM only on Cricket Next.